Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Thank you very much, and thanks for participating. Justin, Matthew, Simon, um, Kylie, and all other beautiful names. I drag and drop the file here, the Python file, the PowerPoint file, sorry. You can also download the file from your course content. If you go to the course content, you can see the last folder that I have provided for you. The second last folder is week number 14. And it contains the PowerPoint that I have already shared with you as well. Okay. Good. Good point, Alexis. I wish I had time for that. Let me explain something to you. Okay, can I ask you to do me a favor? If you can hear me clearly and everything is fine, like the screen, the font size and everything, would you please type 1? Okay. Thank you. This is very important to know. Python was created to be a platform that you can use it for different occasions and approaches, right? That is why you can use it for data science. You can use it for web designing. You can use it for showing how the program works. And one of the things that is similar to other languages, having extensive libraries like modern languages like C#, Java, and so on. But the beautiful part is there are people that they think that what if we can add this functionality to Python? So based on what they wanted to add, they created libraries. That is why we don't have just one standard. In some platforms like C#, you see for creating websites, we either go to the I'm talking about Visual Studio, ASP.NET or ASP.NET Core. So these are two major things. But the choices for something like Python is unlimited. You have lots of libraries, and you can go to this or to the other libraries. It really depends. The other day, one of the students came to me saying that I found my first project. I received this order and I want to do it as a freelancer. What is your suggestion? And so on. So we had a kind of nice discussion. And we discovered some parameters like how much they are willing to pay. So based on what they want to pay for a web page or website, you are going to, find a proper technology for that. And based on that proper technology, you're gonna spend quite a number of hours. So if somebody wants to make something professional using PHP, using ASP.NET Core, that would be totally different. But using Python is like agile. It doesn't mean that it's a rudimentary or it's something not valuable. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that it really depends on the complexity of the design that you are dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So that is why I very much recommend to get familiar with some of these libraries. And I'm going to talk about a few of them today, but not working with them. We are going to work with just one, which is not very sophisticated and not very simple. So we found something that we could just use if in future we get a project and we want to do something reasonable for our client. Does that make sense? For doing so, I have already asked you. I'm sure that some of you had a chance to install, but there are friends that they couldn't. So I try to slow down the process to give room for those who want to install at the same time. Actually, I asked one of the students to go step by step and estimated the time that you might need for these steps. The credit goes to, for the slides that I've provided, goes to the video that I shared and the group that they worked on, Educara, if I'm not mistaken by the name. This is one of the best quick implementation that I could find. You don't need to go deep. Actually, if you want to learn using Python web development, you need a whole semester using different technologies. And at least for something like Django, you need 6 weeks. So the intention is not being professional. It's just knowing how to do it, doing something like Hello World in the web development. So quickly, we are gonna get to this introduction while using Python for web development and Python web development libraries, Python and Django, Django installation for PyCharm, sample web application demo, and we are going to just watch a quick video if you have time, introducing Flask. Compared to Flask, or what is REST API? Compared to Flask, we can say Django can cover a vast range of needs that we could have. Before anything, everybody knows why we use Python. It's a high-level language that provides the interpreted environments. Yes, we have some compiler attempts. They were not very successful till this moment. Maybe in future, they have a compromise and benefit from the compiler performance environments using Python, but till this very moment, we don't have such facility. Some attempts happened, not very successful. We know that it is possible, and we have gone through object-oriented in 2 weeks. We talked about the dynamic way of applying types. We said the good thing about Python in terms of learning it fast is it is dynamic in typing. You don't need to worry about if you change your mind to convert a type from integer to string and the other way around. And also, the libraries that we have to support web designing, they cover vast majority of the protocols that we need to cover in web applications, from the MIME, POP3, FTP, HTTP, HTTPS, you name it, the protocols that we have. Um, so the fact that Python allows you to build applications dynamically and grants you to build multi-protocol network applications make this environment a very flexible, make this Python environment in general, makes it flexible and easy to use platform. And it provides a kind of quick processing environment, and it contains many libraries for supporting that idea. These are just some of the features that make us think about Python as one of the easy to use and handy platforms that we can apply for a wide range of projects. As I told you, we have different libraries like CherryPy, like Flask, Pyramid, Web2Py. But Django has huge applications. Many big names like, as you see, YouTube, Quora, Google, Instagram, Dropbox. I'm not saying that they used only and purely I'm sorry, only and purely Django, but they implemented some of their parts using Django. It is very fast in development and very much secure. And what else you could expect when you want to do an agile project? Even if you have a big company like Dropbox or Google to own YouTube, definitely you need to implement some of this stuff as fast as possible because we have lots of competitors in the market. So Django provides that platform for us. Apart from it, we need to go through these steps like downloading initially. Guys, this is the first time that I say for designing a web application, we need to work with something like PyCharm or Visual Studio Code or something similar to that. And definitely the very first step that we need to go through is downloading the Python. If we haven't done that, please type, or let me just do one thing for you. Please type Python download and it's going to bring you, this is what I update my screenshot yesterday. So I think that you should see similar thing. I'm not sure, but please confirm. And there is a chance that based on the time window that we have, I just go a little bit fast and you're left behind if you haven't installed those steps. So don't worry. The video would be uploaded to YouTube, the same channel. And you can just watch it at your convenience and go through the steps. So it's not a big deal if you're left behind and you cannot do at the same time. Those friends that they had a chance to install everything out of 45 people that we have in a group, if you could install Python all the way to Django, means PyCharm after that, please type 1. Matthew, thank you. Who else? Fatima. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, those friends that they haven't done, they should do this. If you haven't done, you need to, if you want to implement the same project. Okay. Those friends that they haven't installed. So this is one, this is the other. If guys, if this is the first time, you're gonna see something similar to this. If this is the second time and you want to update, it is going to, I'm sorry, it is going to show you that do you want to look install? The second one is upgrade. In either cases, you can just download, and after that, you can simply start installing just some next, and you're going to get to this page. Matthew, I said yes. If you haven't installed, yes. Have you installed it? If you have installed it, you don't need to do that again. Okay, so you don't need to do that. This is for those friends that they didn't have a chance to see the announcement and they want to follow the things for now. Okay. Did I answer your question?
I remember like earlier on this semester, I downloaded something for Python.
Okay. I would be
I
thankful.
downloaded something from Python
Can
earlier.
you please just type instead of using the mic, please? Thank you. The thing is, because during the semester, I encouraged people to use Colab, there is a chance that people didn't use PyCharm or Python. So this is for those friends. Did I answer your question? Awesome. That's fine. You can just bypass these steps. Okay. Those friends who wanted to download and install, if you could download and install, please type 2 whenever you finish. I wait for a couple of seconds and after that, I'm going to proceed. No, ideally is not fine. We need to have PyCharm. Ideally is for very basic things, not for web development. Okay, so after that, these steps are not very much necessary, but look at this one. If in here, I just mentioned that, if in here you type in the search part, if you type advanced system setting, the very first item that is going to pop up would be something like this. You are going to click on the environment variables, and it's going to provide something like that. Then look at this one. You're going to say here new, and in the variable name and the variable value, you need to go to the Python that you have just installed. Well, it is more recent compared to this one. You can simply say Python, and you see the most recent version for me is this one. I right click on that and I say open file location, as I mentioned it exactly like this. So it is going to show something like this one. I'm going to copy this, Control C, And guys, again, if you left behind, especially for these steps, don't worry. First, the video is recorded, and then you can just get that later. So after you copy this part, then you're gonna bring that in here. I mean in here. And then the variable name would be Python home. So you're gonna type Python home here, right? Because I have, I'm not gonna say okay, it's gonna overwrite what I have done before. So then after that, you're going to say edit the path like this. Guys, you know where to go. So from now on, I'm going to just show you the slides not to confuse you. You click on the path and then you say edit. And then you're going to say edit the text again. And this is what actually we want to have. Say variable path and add semicolon and %Python home at the end, and again semicolon. So what is the benefit of that? When you restart your computer in the worst case scenario, then whenever you go to command prompt, you can access Python and it is accessible. That's it. But for now, do not worry. You can just simply rely on the command prompt inside PyCharm, so it's not a big deal. I wait for 30 seconds when you could go through the steps from slide number 13. All the way to the end of slide number 19. Please type 2, or those friends that they have done it before, please type 2. Thank you, Fatima. Alexis, merci. Yes, you can follow along. I need a few more friends to show me that they could successfully go through these steps, and then we are going to continue. Okay, we are not there yet, so please wait. You're going to get there. Okay, everyone. I consider we could go through all these steps. Those friends that they haven't had a chance to download JetBrain, I repeat it, Matthew, this is for those friends that they want to install and they haven't done it yet. This is just for those people. So you can click on that and get to this environment. And then they always change the interface. I took the recent, yeah. Look, the PyCharm, the Python, it says that download, click on that, and then you need to scroll down. And here, the second one, which is the free community version, not the first one. The first one is professional. We don't need that. It's just free for 30 days. Just download this one. If you click on that, it takes a few seconds. And after that, I have mentioned it here too. Please go through those next things. The only concern is if I were in your shoes, I check all these guys. The default is not selecting any of them. But read it, choose what works the best for you. And then yeah, click install. It takes a few seconds. And then that's very wise, Alexis. Good. It's always good to have a professional version, but as long as you don't need to pay. So for this specific part, I'm going to wait for 2-3 minutes. There is a chance that you want to restart and come back to the session. So normally computers take 2 to maximum 5 minutes. Now it is 2:28. And I'm going to wait for 5 minutes, 2:33. I'm gonna come back, make sure that you say confirm, and then continue. And then you're gonna get to this part. If this is your first time, if it is not your first time, you need to go to the file and new project. And please just make everything ready, all that part. So let's just come back at, I'm gonna give you time for 4 or 5 minutes. Whenever you come back and you could install successfully, please type 5. Thank you. Yes, we need Django too, but Nelson, I want to make sure that people could just make everything till this slide, then we are going to have that. It's not going to take more than 2-3 minutes for the rest of installation. So So apart from Justin, anyone else could reset and come back? Adi, Akoreda, Alexis, Andre, Ben, Berlin, Brendan, David, Fatima, Hamid. Okay, I'll wait for 2 more minutes. I'm not sure because I don't have Mac and I haven't tried it on Mac, unfortunately. I can't tell you the exact answer, but my friends who installed with a slightly different steps, you could see similar things. The idea of JetBrain is not be just on one platform. So you can see different versions of JetBrain packages on Windows, Mac, Linux, and they work pretty similar. It's not like Visual Studio that the version that they have for Windows is quite different from the Mac version. My pleasure. Okay, wait for 1 more minute. And if you couldn't have, don't worry, you just can watch the recorded session later on. Because you don't need any focus, I use the time to explain something to you. If you have any issue, any problem regarding to the assignments and so on, please make sure that you talk to Maziar, your lab professor, and resolve the issue in the coming day or coming days. It depends on the time that you have session with Maziar. Imagine that there is no authority for me to touch any mark for assignments and for labs. I'm just responsible for the quizzes that you have already received all the marks and midterm and final. The other thing is make sure that you're going to show up just on time, sharp 2 o'clock next week. The place that you find the quizzes would be the place that you're going to find the final exam, just like the midterm. I have already announced everything. If you miss the final, you need to go through some steps. They would not be that much easy because you have to prove why you couldn't make it alongside with the others. And if we cannot provide reasonable rationale for it, then they're not going to consider a second chance for us. So please make sure that you're going to make it and you will be sharp on time. If you come late, then you're going to have less time to finish. Okay, I'm going to ask for the last time. If you could go through all the steps and you click on PyCharm, you could either see this page or this page. Please type 5. Thank you, Alexis. Simon? Ahmed? Koa? After that, you just need to say a you just need to allocate a proper name and say my Django test. Those who have trouble in any of the steps, don't worry. You can just work on a similar project in the coming lab with Mozilla, so you have enough time to resolve all the possible issues. So please create my Django test and then say create. And you're going to see something similar to this page. Then we want to create a project using a command line. Do you see where the arrow points at? Click on that, and it's going to provide a terminal for you. Everybody who could see something like what I see on slide number 33. Would you please type 5? Thank you, Justin. If you can see something similar to slide number 33, would you please type 5? Thank you. Now's the time to type install Django. I copy this for you. Pip install Django in the command line. It's going to take a few seconds, and then you can have Django already installed on your computer. I have already mentioned, you can see when you are in the process of installing Django, it shows that it successfully installs some other things for you, like TZ data, like SQL parse, and ASGRF, Django. And you can see that any of those packages, they are useful for something, like the PyTZ. It's for synchronizing the time that you're going to use for web page with your audience. Imagine that somebody wants to buy something from South Korea or from Netherlands or Italy. So they are in different part of the globe, and you want to synchronizing. So for solving the problem of ambiguity of the time, that is the platform that we use. ASGRF is a standard for Python asynchronous web applications and servers to communicate with each other properly, and positioned as an asynchronous successor to WSGI. For connecting your application to SQL, whether it is MySQL, SQLite, or anything like that. So it says that SQL parse is non-validating SQL parse for Python. It provides support for parsing, splitting, and formatting SQL statements. And these packages are like all in one when you install Django. So after that, please type python-m Django -- version, and it shows something like this. A newer version should show you something like this one. Like, would you please copy and paste for me what is the version that you see on your computer? Awesome. Thank you, Simon. Bravo. So nothing has changed in past 2 days. Okay. Now, this is the first time that we are going to use Python environment to create and set up a new project. As you can see here in this slide, we say Django-admin start project demo project. Guys, a project is like a folder. Do you see that? It's like a folder that contains several files. Take your time and make sure that you can type this, and don't worry, you can use the PowerPoint, the note part, and if you don't see the note part, you just need to find this place, this momentum, and then just drag and drop, copy, and then see the result. You might say, Reza, when I want to copy from the PowerPoint, it's not going to show simple, nice, neat commands like that. Let me show you one thing. Very simple. You can paste it in Google if it is just one line in Google search, and then copy from there. And it is going to be, you see the difference between these two? The first one added a kind of a screenshot kind of things for me. Or another suggestion that I very much like, thank you, Alexis, is using Notepad. As you see, like that, or like this. Huh? And the other thing is using something like Grammarly, and just use, this is going to be a plain text. You copy that, right, from there. Okay, any of those things, you can bring the commands from PowerPoint. The next thing is, after saying that you can see the demo project is already created, I intentionally keep it in this format to make sure we can have the commands here as well. Okay, slide number 39. Guys, if you do not see the terminal here for any reason, the other way that you can go to terminal is clicking on that burger things, and then click on the view tool windows, and then the second last one is terminal. Alternatively, you can just press Alt plus F12, and you can click on this one if you can see it on the left side. In that place, yeah, you can expand the demo project and see what you have inside there. If you expand that, you see that you have manage dot, you can have a demo project, inside demo project, and inside the demo project, the second layer, you have manage.py. And as I have mentioned here, this is for interacting with Django project. So inside the demo project, you see we have 5 different files. One of them is init.py. Almost 5 weeks ago, we talked about this one. An empty directory considered to be a package, and setting py is for having all the needed settings for the project. This URLs is what we repeatedly will use today, and it contains all the URL declarations for the project, like getting to homepage or elsewhere. WSGI, or Web Server Gateway Interface, is a calling convention for web servers to forward requests to web applications or other servers. We do not use it for today's project. It's beyond the scope of what we are going to work on. But now, let's do one thing, guys, like a DOS command prompt, say cd or change directory, say demo projects. You're going to get inside demo projects. You should see something like this. Please type 1 if you successfully could run the command and you are inside the demo project folder. If not, don't worry. You just need to stand back, relax, enjoy the presentation, and after that you can implement it. You have all the code and the slides. So Alexis, could you see that? Fatima? Simon? Okay, awesome. How about you, Fatima? Yeah, that's the kind of personal preference. Some people prefer PowerShell, but some people use normal command prompt. Okay, so look at the next thing. Everybody here, please say python manage.py run server. Did I? Let me just, before anything, let's just make sure that I have done cd project and okay. Everyone type python manage py run server. Okay. And after that, if you click on this address that you can see here, it should bring you to a kind of page like this, your first web project. Okay. If you could see that, please type 5. Daniel, go, Alexis, bravo. The next step that you need to do is as simple as this. For the first time, we say Python manage py. Guys, this is start app. And then say demo app. Many people, they don't see similar results because they use this one instead of start app. So make sure that you write correctly Python manage.py start app demo app. After that, you should have a demo app alongside with the demo project that you created a few seconds ago. And if you expand, you can see you have all these files inside a demo app. You don't have any URL file here. Just compare it to what you could see in the demo project. Right? We are in slide number 46. Make sure that you can see all these files. If you can see all these files, please type 1 again. Thank you. What? Alexis, how about you? Okay. So guys, if we face problem due to the number of participants, it's not possible to work on each problem, but don't worry, Maziar is going to work on similar project. Teniel, how about you? Okay. Control C, that's a good question. Whenever you see that here, I have mentioned creating an application within our demo project, you can press Control C to terminate the previous task in the terminal. Good question, Simon. Okay, after that, double click on the views.py and you can see I intentionally bring you to now you have the code. You can simply copy and paste this here. So we define a method called hi, and then we say HTTP response. we use HTML header 1 and we close it here and we say this is my home page. You can use your beautiful name between H1 and close H1 tag to make it more specific. And the beautiful thing is just with simply using that, it says that we need to connect urls.py in the demo project, guys. That is a demo project that contains demo app and this subsidiary demo project as well. So we want to connect what we did here in the view, right? In the view with the URLs. For doing that, we need to create one URLs, right? So simply right click on the demo app. Guys, I repeat it again. On demo app, right click on demo app, not anywhere else. And say new. And inside new, say Python file and say urls.py. Let me just type it here, urls.py. It's important, oopsie. It's important to have URLs, not just URL.py. So the results should be having URLs in both demo app and in demo project. If you make it till this moment, please type 2. Thank you, Simon. Guys, because today it's a kind of lab style kind of thing, so we are not going to have a break, but we are going to finish the class earlier. Take your time, especially after slide number 43. If you have already installed the needed software packages, go through them step by step. And when you can see something like this, URLs here in the demo app and in the demo project, please type 2. I wait for 1 more minute. Okay. Hopefully, a more number of friends could get all the way to slide number 50. The slide number 51, look at this one. We said go to copy and paste the following lines from demo projects. You go to demo projects, find these lines, and this would be these lines. Copy them, go to URLs, which is inside demo app, double click on it, and paste it there, but that's not the final version. We need to modify a few things. Slide number 54 tells us you need to modify it this way. This is the modified version, so it's not admin anymore. It is views.hi, and the name is equal to whatever, like homepage. This is what you need to paste there. You have the code in the command in the chat box. And after that, after you modified the URLs inside demo app, then get back to URLs that you have in demo projects, say import path comma include, because we are going to use include, or the easiest is just copy and paste these lines that I provide for you. Technically, you're gonna say, hey, link these URLs that I have in demo projects to URLs that I have in demo app. So you see that here we set include path nothing, include demo app URLs. Now these two are already connected. So what would be the result? If you go to slide number 54 and then type, as we typed before, Python manage.py run server, and click on this URL, it is going to bring you to this is my home page. That is something that we wrote a few seconds ago in the views, you remember? Take your time. I'm gonna give you 1-2 minutes. Lovely, Alexis, thank you. Whoever could finish all the way to this step, and you can see this is my home page kind of thing, please type 5. Koa, Simon, thank you. How about you, Alexis? Matthew, merci. Let's wait for a few more seconds. Those who want to make it work, they have a chance to do it. Any more friends could just make it work like this? Okay, for the rest, if you're interested, you can just follow the slides. If you face into any trouble, please bring it to the lab. Maziar is going to help you through those steps. Let's go to the next part. Everybody, let's get back to PyCharm to modify our code. We want to make it like a real project. So for doing that, guys, let's create a template. And what is template? Everything that you create and you address. First, Django is going to search for those files in directory, which is named templates, inside any application that you create. You're gonna see in no time. So please right click on the demo app, say new directory, new and then directory, and create templates. Remember, it is templates. Don't forget to have S at the end. I copy this for you here to make sure that we had before people who just simply had typo and they couldn't get the result. After that, right click on the templates and then create a new directory and say demo app. So we are going to create a demo app folder inside a templates, which is inside demo app. Inside the internal demo app, say new HTML and call it hi.html. So we are going to create one hypertext markup language, call it hi. And inside there, if you go, you see that already Django was kind enough to create a basic HTML commands for us, like having the HTML language, head, close head, body, close body, and close HTML. Take your time. Whenever you could finish all these steps, please type 1. Thank you, Simon. Okay, hopefully more people could do these steps. What I did, I was like changing the title to Django Hello World and then hello from Reza in the body part. So just change that, use your beautiful name. You have the code inside the chat. After you're done with this, you need to go to the apps.py and copy. Why I emphasize that? Copy this one because there's a big chance that, for instance, we say demo capital A app config or something. You can have this from here. So it helps us avoid any problem. Then the next step is you need to go to the demo project, go to the setting and add this line there. Do not forget to put comma, not semicolon. At the end, this is the final result. Well, final step before we. After you are done with that, guys, in demo project, you see that here, you have to go to demo project, to the settings and add demo app.apps.demo app config. And the next step is here, you're going to say def, hi, you remember we had something different, overwrite what we had. Here we are gonna say, we need to go to demo app hi.html. That is the one which was inside the templates. You remember that I said, if you send any request for rendering anything, it's going to first check the templates. That is why we use templates and inside that demo app. Now we know the reason behind it. Here is the code. I copy that for you. So you have it. And simply after that, in slide number 63, if you say Python manage.py run server, the beautiful thing is you can have your home page that shows Django Hello World, because that's what the title you have chosen, and you have hello from your beautiful name on the screen, right? Hello from Simon, hello from Alexis, hello from, who's the other people? Matthew, hello from Kwa, and so on. If you could make it all the way to the end of slide number 63, this time please type 3. Simon, thank you. True. Daniel, thank you. Okay, let's get back to our HTML and modify it like this. Slide number 64, 65 shows here it is for you. Copy and paste that, please. So we are going to have unsorted list items. So if you run that, just you need to cancel Control-C the previous one and say Python manage py again. Then you're going to have Python, C#, and Java as the items. Take your time for a few seconds. Now, this time, if you could just make it like that and you see the results similar to what I see on my page, this time I use two header one again for welcome, and this is my website. And then simply, yeah, please type 5 this time if you could finish. You see similar thing. Simon, thank you. Okay, look in slide number 66, we just added a table. You see here we have a definition of a table. So we have table rows like company, contact, and country. That's the first table row. And then we have, look at this one. It says that in table row, we have table header, close table header, and so on and so forth. Then we are going to have table row, but this time we have table data. And then we have another table data. So we expect to have one header that you see it's in the bold kind of font. And then we have two table rows that you see under the table headers. After that, we want to make it a little bit nicer, neater. So on top, after the head, please copy and paste this, or to ease the job for you, I'm going to copy everything in the command prompt. The only thing that you see is changed is the style that we said that we want to have a style for the table. We said that the border is 1 pixel, solid black line. And that is why when you run the code, it's going to show a kind of nice, neat frame. It's somehow kind of nicely centered, aligned for the headers, and for the text, they aligned left. And even if you want to make it beautifuler, more beautiful, go to that Bootstrap sample website. That's where it is. On top, you see that there is one CSS, just copy that one, or I'm going to paste that for you. What you need to do is, after the style, say link href, you just need to paste that. It's in the head block. It's in the head block. So please make sure that you copied this. And the beautiful thing is, without even having one line of code, you use Bootstrap. I'm not saying that this is the best beautiful design possible, but it shows that without anything, just using a Bootstrap, you can have a different format to show the stuff, right? So spend a few seconds and whoever we could make it till this moment and see similar results, whether in the similar to the left or to the right window, please give me the last high five. Simon, thank you. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. Teniel, merci. Okay. Simon, you installed it before, just to let the others know. You installed the packages before, or you just did everything today? Yes. Would you please tell me, did you install PyCharm, Django before, or you did it today alongside with the class? Also, Teniel, how about you? Did you install the Python, PyCharm, and Django before, or you just did it today alongside with the... So Simon says, I installed, let me just bring it here. I installed Python and PyCharm right before the class and Django in class with you. I installed everything before the class. Okay, awesome. Okay, so guys, I'm not sure how many of you tried to follow the steps, but it is not sophisticated at all. There is a chance that, for instance, in templates, we just type template. There is a chance that instead of URLs, we type URL. And any of those typos, because of the stress that we have in the class, could cause not to get this result at the end. But don't worry, you have all the steps. I guarantee that if you follow the steps from the scratch, 100% you are gonna get the result. For the rest of the session, I just show a YouTube video for you, but before that, I repeat that again tomorrow and well, Friday, some people. whenever you have class with Maziar, you're gonna work on a similar project. So try to make this work if you want to get the best result out of your lab class. Try to go through the steps. I'm going to upload it, and you can see, you can watch with the high quality after 4 or 5 hours from now. So please be patient. And the other thing, I repeat that again, please make sure that you're gonna make it sharp on time next week at 2 o'clock. You're going to have your final MCQ online. I have already uploaded the announcements. Everything would be similar to the midterm, except that the amount of material that we need to cover would be from day 1, week 1, all the way to the end of week 13. The number of questions would be different, but for every question, we have 90 seconds, and it makes it like half an hour. And you have a chance to, for those people who benefit from extra time, that they can receive more time accordingly. Those people are already registered in the test center, and they benefit from the extra time. So that's for them. Apart from this, there is nothing more. Just please, you have the package also. I have provided the final package for everyone. If you see here in the final exam, there is a zip file. And if you open that zip file, you can see these folders. You're going to have the general resources. You're going to have all-in-one assignments and term project, and also labs. Definitely you need no more things like the quizzes or the final exam or something. So definitely the most important part would be all-in-one. And you can go through all the materials and get prepared for the exam. I'm going to stop recording because one of my videos was blocked. I showed actually the Microsoft video in YouTube, a Microsoft provided video, and because of the copyright, I needed to cut those parts, not to take any risk. I'm going to stop recording. Those who watch later, thank you very much for watching the video. Let me just stop recording.